Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Hold your power.
Decided to go into pre-law, then journalism, and with no academic focus, my grades took off in their own direction. You will fail at some point in your life, accept it. You will lose. I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. You will embarrass yourself, you will suck at something. There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living. I didn't quit. I prayed. I prayed. So you will catch a break, and I did catch a break.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Thank you guys for showing up. Let's see who's all in the building here. Thank you guys. Today is February the 18th, 2022. You guys, it is cold out there. Let me see who's in the building. We got some of the family already up in here. We're still a little early, but I want to give a shout out to everybody that came up in here. Brown Sugar been in here for a long time. I see that. Brown Sugar came in here 15 minutes ahead of time. She took her seat. Zena in here. Brown Sugar. Sonia Watts is in the building. I know Sonia Watts been in the building. Wanda Bellamy. How you doing, Wanda Bellamy? D. Thomas. I had to look, but I still got it right. Ruby Turner is in here. D. Thomas is in the building. We got Cherie Johnson in here. We got Sherry Manning in the building. And let's see, we got Valerie Montgomery. She says, be here for a minute, ladies. All right. We got Camellia in here. Nelson. How you doing, Marsha Poole is in the building. Analia Armstrong from Stockton. From where? I think she's from Stockholm or England, something like that. Analia. She's from Stockton, you guys. Stockholm. I'm pretty sure I'm close to it. I done screwed it all up. She's from England. Just put it like that. She's from England. And Come holla at us, sisters in the building. How you doing? D Diva is here. How are you doing? Diane is in the building. Phyllis D Hart is in the building. Maxine Harkins is in the building. Freddie Johnson is here. And we got Patricia Jackson. And we got Jackie Bartiz, dime a dozen. Jackie Bartiz is in the building. All right, we got dime a dozen. How are you doing? We got Lisa M in the building. Dorothy Pruitt has been a member for 9 months, is showing up. Dorothy Pruitt, thank you for being a member for 9 months straight, girl. You go. You rock it. All right, let me go ahead and give you a shout out. Thank you for being a member. She says, hello, SP and Warriors family. How you guys doing? And we got Shanana Griffin in the building. She's from Virginia in the house. Okay, you guys, you know we're going to be talking about the Cody Bigsby case. And if I didn't say your name, we got Miss Philly G, we got Shay Faith in the building, we got Zena Turbert, we got Merlita, Honesty, and Merletta. Merletta, Honestly, and Merletta. She's from Philadelphia. And then we got Lisa Taylor. And let's see who else we got. We got Monique Hall, because I can read over here a little bit better. We got Alvira. Alvira Seeley is in the building. Yes, we do. We got Crystal. Crystal Power is in the building. Lisa M, Lisa Taylor, Marsha, Katrina. We got Connie Branch is in here. Connie. Eda B, how you doing? Eda B is in the building. I see you, Eda B. Gloria Bates is in here. There's my girl, Gloria Bates. I was wondering where you was at. And then, I don't know. I'm going up. And Patricia Jackson, I said her. So we got a little bit. It's Friday. You guys, it's Friday. But it don't matter how many people's in the building. We're going to talk about it a little bit. And they'll just come wandering in, you guys. They will. They'll come on in. It is just now hitting 5 o'clock. JB is in the building. How you doing, JB? How are you? Thank you guys for showing up. It is, like I said, it is February the 18th, 2022. You guys, there's some things going on with the Cody case. I don't know what's going on. We're going to talk about it. So you guys have heard, if you haven't heard, 3 judges, I guess one judge, the main judge said, look, we all going to excuse ourselves or recuse ourselves. That's what recuse, meaning step down, do not take part of the proceedings for the bond or anything that has to do with the Cody Bigsby case. You can look at that 2 different ways. We're going to talk about it, and I'm going to share with you. I have been doing a little bit of research, so don't think I'm an expert, but I have been doing research because you always got to figure out what they're talking about. Woke the Goddess is in the building. D Thomas is in here. How you guys doing? Thank you guys for showing up. So what that's telling me is, let's hear what's that's telling me. I don't know what's it telling you guys. Let me see if I can find it on here, because I was looking. Legal analyst. We'll listen to it. Hold on. Here we go.
New developments in the child neglect case against his father, Corey. Today we learned all 3 Hampton Circuit Court judges recused themselves. Corey is the one who reported Cody missing 18 days ago. The neglect charges are unrelated to the disappearance.
Tonight he remains behind bars, being held without bond. Sarah Hammond is live outside the Hampton courthouse. She spoke to a legal expert who explains why the judges could have stepped aside.
At this point, we don't know exactly why, but the legal analyst I spoke to earlier today says this situation is not as uncommon as you may think. Just 1 week before Cody Bigsby is scheduled for a second bond hearing, all three Hampton Circuit Court judges have stepped away from the case. Bigsby's attorney, Jeffrey Ambrose, says now the Virginia Supreme Court must appoint a judge.
There is some issue that Judge Gayton believes would keep the sitting judges of the Hampton Circuit Court from being able to adjudicate this fairly.
13 News Now asked Chief Judge Michael Gayton why he made the decision, and we were given no explanation other than, quote, I do consider it improper for the judges of the 8th Judicial Circuit to hear any aspects of the captioned proceeding.
It's a precaution, and it's out of concern both for the defendant and the public.
Legal analyst Ed Booth says having an entire bench recused from a case is not as unusual as you may think. He's not sure of the circumstances surrounding this particular instance, but says it's usually about avoiding an appearance of impropriety.
And it's not actual impropriety necessarily. It's about the judges following their judicial canon of ethics to make sure that everyone feels like whatever happens in this case is completely above board and appropriate.
He says most likely there was some conflict of interest.
There's, generally speaking, some sort of concern that affects the court as a whole.
He says courts have conflict dockets for situations like this and can bring in judges from other jurisdictions.
I have every confidence that they will take care of getting another judge in, who doesn't have whatever conflict might exist, so that the proceedings will go forward as usual.
Okay, so he said it's not unusual. So what they're trying to say is, hold on, you guys, don't think too much into this. This is what they're telling you. Do not think too much into this. They do it all the time, but we don't hear about them doing this all the time. Now, which phone was I on? I think I was on this phone when I was looking up the information. So let me go on over here real quick. Let me get into my information thing. Okay, so let me see. It says Michael Gayton, the chief judge for the Hampton Circuit Court, disqualified. So one judge disqualified all three, himself and two other judges of the 8th Judicial Circuit, from hearing the Cody Bigsby case. Now, Gayton court order reads as follows. This is what it reads as follows. I, Michael A. Gayton, Chief Judge, do consider it improper for the judges of the 8th Judicial Circuit to hear any aspects of the capture proceedings and do disqualify each of us from hearing this matter, which is now pending in this court. Accordingly, I do certify these facts of record in order that the Supreme Court of Virginia may designate a judge to sit for us in our place instead as such times as may be designated by said judge in the capture proceeding. The decisions comes days after, you guys, the Hampton police said that they mishandled Bigsby's case, okay? Now, the police previously stated that Bigsby voluntarily. Now, this is where I think the problem is. You guys, I want you guys to chime in. Tell me what you think about it. But remember, okay, this is what it says. First, let me read it. Police previously said that Bigsby voluntarily arrived at the headquarters after reporting his 4-year-old son, Cody, missing. They said he was read his rights and Bigsby voluntarily waived them on January 31st, following a voluntarily polygraph test. Bigsby requested an attorney, which he was not assigned. He reportedly requested an attorney around about 4 a.m. on February the 1st, and then again several minutes later around 4:20. That's 20 minutes of conversation that he asked for this attorney again. We have our own obligation here. We didn't meet it, frankly. This is what Mark Talbot said. We didn't meet it, frankly. We have our own obligation to maintain the highest standards of conduct to make sure we're handling things in conduct, to make sure we're not skirting any lines that appear to be inappropriate or questionable. Mark Talbot stated this during his press conference. But here's the problem. because we go over these things. We go over the videos. We go over what we've seen. We go over what we heard. And I talk to certain different people all the time. And here's the thing. Due to this decision, Bigsby bond hearing on February the 25th may be delayed, as the judge who hears Bigsby case may need to be from out of town. Okay. A lawyer, news report, 3 reporter, a lawyer, okay. A lawyer, News 3 reporter, Angela, spoke to said the decision is unusual. They're trying to say, oh, you guys, this is not uncommon. But a lawyer, News 3 reporter, said that this decision is unusual. Happy O'Brien with the Shepherd and O'Brien law firm says to see the bench take this step shows there's something we can't see yet. Okay? I'm just telling you guys what lawyers and people that reports on this all the time. This just wasn't just anybody that said, hey, this is a lawyer, News 3 reporter, says this decision is unusual. They're like, oh, this is not unusual. Yeah, it is, because I've never heard of all 3 judges stepping down. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you what I think. He keeps saying, remember when he was in the press conference and people were asking, is he arrested? Is he arrested, or are you guys holding him? Chief Police Mark says he's here voluntarily. That's what Chief Mark says. He's here voluntarily. You know what I'm saying? He kept saying he's here voluntarily. No, he's not under arrest. He's here voluntarily. He would not say, no, he's not under arrest. He said, no, he's here voluntarily. Okay. I want you guys to remember that. Remember, Chief Mark says he's here voluntarily, because he said that. I heard it myself. So, in order to preserve the sanctuary of the system, they've decided to step down and have a third party come in, a judge from another location or a retired judge come in and oversees the case. O'Brien said, I think that's very good on the part of the bench in Hampton. We want to have transparency in our judicial system. We want to make sure there's no impartial judging by the judges, if you will. O'Brien said for the judges to step down, it shows that they are taking the case very seriously by understanding its magnitude and not wanting to leave any questions for either of the parties that's involved or the public in any way, that it may rule. He added, the move shouldn't cause a big delay in the case. News 3 is working to learn more about the court decision. So, remember, this is what the chief said. Mr. Bigsby is a 43-year-old man who's had a full career in the Army. Tolbert said, that's Mark Tolbert, the chief of police, during a press conference on February the 4th. He seems to be quite intelligent. He seems to be quite capable, and part that capability seems to be understanding his rights. At no time did he request to see an attorney. Had he made such a request, we would have honored that request. That is exactly what Mark Talbert said. Even if a person waives their Miranda right, now this is the school of the Legal Information Institution from Cornwell Law. It says, even if a person waives their Miranda rights, warning, because that's what it's actually is, you guys. It was designed. I think they said it came all the way since 1966. That's a magic number for you, 1966. Okay, just letting you guys know. But even if a person waives their Miranda warning rights, initially, they can invoke the ability to remain silent or ask for any attorney at any point during police questioning. Police should stop questioning a person after they've requested an attorney according to the American Civil Liberty Union. This is the Miranda warning right. They will say to you, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. And if you want to waive that right, or then they just go on and on and on. I don't know the whole spiel, but that right there tells you. Let me tell you something. If you ever been stopped by police or ever had any dealings with a police officer, and y'all just kicking the breeze, you just shooting the shoot. I'm just telling you guys, I'm not on nobody's side but Cody, okay? But if you ever been in a situation where you had to talk to the police, or you been questioning, you went downtown and you been questioning, they don't come off telling you as soon as you step in the door, you have the right to remain silent. You guys know this to be a bald-faced lie. They don't do that. What they do is they give you thirsty? You thirsty? Here, let us get you some water. You need anything? You've been having a hard day or whatever, just don't get, it's nothing. We just got some questions for you. And you're not under arrest or anything, so just calm down. This is what they tell you, to calm down. And so they just start talking to you. Do you know who was there? How many kids you have? Who answered the door? Who was on? Who came over last night? They're just casual talking to you. When things turn too serious, and I think everybody that's ever had a police questioning them, the minute that they say, okay, you done talked to him for 2 hours, it don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. Because guess what? It don't mean anything. But the minute that they say, you have the right to remain silent, let me tell you something. Your heart skips like 10 beats. And you just look like, everybody in the world, I can speak for anybody that's ever been around the situation. You thinking you done said something wrong, because now, guess what? Everything that you say, it doesn't matter what was recorded before. It doesn't matter who said what. But the minute that they say we're not going to lock you up. This is just a procedure we have to do. You have the right to remain silent. I don't care what's going on. Your heart's like, boom. And then you go, you know what? I just want to go home. I need an attorney. I thought we could handle this without all of this other stuff. I guarantee you, the minute you hear those words, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. But the minute that you hear those words, you shut the door. You shut the door. Because now you're in police custody, right? Never was Corey in police custody. Now I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm saying this, because I'm not, I'm not a lawyer, I don't work for the police. But when you're in custody, that's not voluntarily. When you're in custody, that's not voluntary. Okay? When Chief Mark says, no, he's voluntarily came down here and talked to us. He's not in custody. Okay? I just want you guys to know that, because it's something else I want to show you. It says, Mark Talbert does not believe the former-led investigator mishandled of Bigsby interrogation will impact the 7 felonies, child neglect charges the man is facing. Although he said Hampton Commonwealth attorney, and that's who the attorney, when he left the police department, that's where he went across the street. He didn't go to he did not go to the general attorney, or whatever. He went to the Commonwealth attorney to say, hey, why are you guys holding my client? I'm here. I'm representing him. That's where he went. So he went to the Commonwealth attorney, Anton Bell. That's where he went, you guys. I'm just telling you. And then it says here, we'll see the Commonwealth attorney, Anton Bell, will make the final decision, the final call. Okay. And all other information the police gathered to secure those charges was discovered before Bigsby asked for an attorney. They're saying these were discovered before he asked for an attorney. Was they discovered before he was in custody or what? Okay, because we don't know. We don't know. And the section of the policy is dedicated to the Fifth Amendment. Something else was there. Okay, so a section of the policy is dedicated to the Fifth Amendment right people have against self-incriminating. And when a Miranda warning must be given, it says, now this is Hampton, Virginia's law. It says that, and this is just dedicated to just this case, you guys. It says that a Miranda warning must be administered when a person is in custody, This is their policy. It says, because they asked, let me tell you, let me back up. That's something that's not in here that I wish it should have been in here. So let me back up. What I'm reading now is the news reporter, the lawyers, and the people I was just talking to you guys about. They went to the chief of police and they went to the police department and said, let us see your policies because something broke, something went down, and we need to figure out what it is. And since you guys are not asking, can we have a write-out? Can we have a list of you guys' policy? And here's the policy. A section of the policy is dedicated to the Fifth Amendment right to the people to have against them from self-incriminating. And when a Miranda warning must be given, it says a Miranda warning must be administered when a person is in custody. They're saying we gave him his Miranda rights twice now. Now they're saying we read him his Miranda rights. We gave him his Miranda rights before, and then we gave him his Miranda rights right before the polygraphs. Here's what I'm thinking, you guys. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but trust and believe. When anybody ever tells you you have the right to remain silent, you ain't thinking about nothing but, I just want to go home. I'm not saying nothing else, because anything that you say, they be like, do you want to talk to us now? No, I don't want to talk to nobody. You can't tell me somebody said you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say will be and can be held against you in the law. Okay, now let's just talk. And that man just said, woo, 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 woo. No, I don't believe it for not one bit. And I believe that this is why these judges are saying, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. If that was the case, you got 60, 70, 80 hours of interview. Can you believe 60, 70, 80 hours that this man sat there and you guys didn't give him his Miranda rights? Or he just sat there and he just chatting it up with you? Okay. Anyway. And the other thing is, the thing that held him where he couldn't get out of jail, let me just tell you, was because they brought up that he went AWOL in the Army. Now, isn't it mighty funny if he went AWOL? I'm just saying, you guys, if he went AWOL while he was in the Army, because he was supposed to sign up for duty. When you don't show up for duty and they're looking for you and you don't call in and they can't find you, they consider you AWOL. For some unknown reason, he's got an honorable discharge. Now, if you had an AWOL, something happened. When I don't show up to work, and I'm just telling you, right now, if I'm on my way to work and I don't show up, the people that I work for, they know me so well, they get to looking for me. They get to looking for me because this is not like SP. She shows up. She either going to tell somebody, hey, this, that, and the other. And when I got sick and had this aneurysm, I didn't show up for work. I didn't call. I didn't call the people I work with. I didn't call their kid. I didn't call my kids. I was in the hospital. I couldn't speak. I didn't know who I was or anything. Did they give me an absent with a no call? Yes, they did. They gave me an absent with a no call. Then 4 or 5 days later, they found out, guess what? I was in the hospital, done had surgery, and they're waiting for me to wake up. Do I still got that write up that I no call, no show? Yeah, I do. Did I still keep my job after 4 months of being off work? Yes, I do. I'm just telling you guys, sometimes we read off in this stuff because we get one word, we get one sentence, and then we run with it. But if you really look at certain things and keep an open mind, that AWOL could have been, he was in the hospital. The AWOL could have been, like I said, a breakdown or whatever. Whatever it was, the Army considered it and said, they can't take back and say, okay, let's erase that he AWOL. Only thing they can say is, okay, now when you go in front of the judge or whatever, you say, no, I didn't AWOL. I went to the hospital, and then they say, okay, whatever. And it could be he lost it and they understand, whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying. But there's something, that's the number one thing I wanted you guys to hear that's in Hampton Police Department's policy. It says a section of the policy is dedicated to the Fifth Amendment, the right people have against self-incriminating. And when a Miranda warning must be given, it says a Miranda warning must be administered when a person is not going to be, not alleging, not just a suspect, but is in custody and is subject to an interrogation. So he may not felt like he was being interrogated or whatever little tricks they did, which I'm with you guys. I want to know where Cody is at too. But that stuff probably what happened. I don't know. Whatever you guys thinking about, you tell me. And we'll both know. Let me put this link up in here. You can call in anytime you like. And let's talk about it. There's my 30 minutes. Let me put it on up here. I thought I had it for you. I want you guys to understand. It's not as easy as you think, though. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to understand. I'm in the building. Let me see. The HPD requires officers to record all interviews and interrogations with people suspected of felony crimes whenever it is possible. The police states the HPD requires police officers to record all interviews and interrogators with people suspected of felony crimes whenever it is possible. The policy states that every recorded interview should begin with the Miranda warning. On rare occasions when a suspect will not cooperate because they know their statements are being recorded, officers may proceed with traditional interviews techniques like talking, handwritten notes. Just letting you guys know. Hey, Freddie, how you doing?
Hey, SV, how everybody doing? Boy, I know about that Miranda right myself from
you know about the Miranda right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And really, they were like in cahoots. Those lawyers didn't want to have no part of that. And I can't blame because they didn't go by protocol. They didn't do anything right. Because we sitting up talking. I mean, what's wrong with a conversation?
You're right. There's nothing wrong with a conversation. I tell people all the time, I have nothing to hide. I have been called downtown before Because in my younger days, I was a little rascal. People think, no, not SP. Yeah, I was. I was a little rascal. And it just wasn't just a regular police either. But anyway, I'm not going to get in the depth of all of that stuff because that's my past. But when they called me down, I didn't want to go. I had talked to an attorney before, and he told me, he said, SP, go. And so I went, right?
Yeah.
But I told him, I was like, I think I'm going to run. And he was like, my attorney said, no. But don't show up with no attorney. He told me, don't show up with no attorney. Just go and see what they're talking about.
That's right.
You know what? I went. And they set me down, and they said the first thing they wanted to do was give me a whole bunch of water. So then I get, antsy and I got to pee. But then they're going to be like, well, just wait a minute, but I got to pee. So I'll just spit out some stuff. That's what they do. They give you coffee and water so that you got to pee. And then they're going to hold you there in just a minute and all this stuff. And, you feel like you're going to pee. You rather say anything than to pee on yourself. But you're not thinking about all this, right?
Right.
So they sit me down and they was like, well, SP, do you know this? And do you know that? And we just having conversation. Am I arrested? You know what he said? No, you're not arrested. He said, ma'am, no, you're not arrested. We're just talking. We're just trying to get the story. We're just trying to figure out what happened here. And I was like, oh, okay, And so he was like, do you know this person? Do you know that person and all this? And I'm thinking, well, no, no. And yeah, no. He said this for about a whole hour. And I'm like, man, I really got to use the bathroom now because I done drunk all this water or whatever. But they're just steady. Just one person come, then they leave me alone for a minute, like I was going to take off and run or whatever. And then another person come and I just sat there. Then after that, after about 10 minutes, a 20-minute wait, they come to me and then they say, well, I just got to let you know. Now, this don't mean anything, but right now you have the right to remain silent.
Yeah, that's it.
This is what happened. I was like this, Freddie.
Yeah.
I mean, my whole composure just went south. I was like,
that's right.
And he was like, you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say can and will be held against you. And if you give up those rights to an attorney, that one can be provided for you. Do you understand your rights? And I'm like, yes. They was like, okay, come on, let's keep talking. I was like, I want to go home. He was like, man, we just got to get to the end of this. And I said, I need an attorney.
That's
and then
right.
he said, looky here. Looky here.
No. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my God. And then he says, I'm not going to arrest you. I'm going to give you 24 hours to call me and give me the answers that I need, or I'm going to put a warrant out for your arrest and because you're holding information. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I stepped out the court. I stepped out the
interrogation room.
Interrogation room. As soon as I made it outside of the police department, I looked up and I said, thank you, Lord. I kissed the ground. I called my attorney and he said, SP, are you out? And I said, yes. I said, but they're going to arrest me in 24 hours. And he said, no, they not. He said, if they could arrest you, they wouldn't have let you.
That's right.
He says, they wouldn't have. Now, he says, did they give you your Miranda rights? And I said, yes. And he said, and what did you say? I said, when he said that, my heart stopped. I couldn't say nothing. He said, good girl. Now, don't do nothing no more.
Yeah.
Change your life around, girl. You don't need to be with these bad boys.
That's right. I know. That's what got me into trouble. That right there, being with a thug.
Yeah. And have the police ever read you or gave you your Miranda warnings?
More than one time.
Okay. How did you feel when they were giving it to you? Did you start going? How did you feel?
No. After that, the first time I felt some kind of way, but then when it got to be more than one time, it was like, okay, I'll be out in a little bit, no problem. Domestic violence, that's what it was. But the first time, it scared the mess out of me, girl. Oh, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to jail, then I'm going to prison.
That's what
That's
those
what I was
words
thinking.
say. That's all only thing you can think about when they say you have the
Ooh,
right to remain silent is I'm going to jail.
yeah. And from that prison, that's what I was thinking, because I didn't want anybody to get my cornbread, you see. I
Yeah,
wasn't, you know.
right. You didn't
So,
want your
yeah.
cornbread to get stolen.
No, I did not. I wanted my cornbread. That's right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but that was all I wanted to come up and talk to you about. And yeah, you gave a detail of everything. And thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Hey, this is SP.
Hey, Miss SP.
How you doing, Miss Tina?
All right. I'm gonna give everybody something to think about. Do you think that somebody's holding Cody because he probably owed somebody something, or do y'all think that Cody is being held for something because of what Corey did?
Well, I don't know. Me, it's always a possibility. But they came out today and they say now the timeline goes back into November. They have no information of where Cody been missing since November, they're saying.
Now, see, I'm embarrassed because I live in the state of Virginia, and I'm so embarrassed. I mean, I really am. But nevertheless, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. So I'm just gonna, go back in the chat. I was just giving everybody something to think about. But do you think that Cody went to daycare?
No.
He didn't go to daycare.
No. Okay. So let's talk a little bit, Tina. Let's talk a bit. Because since they're going back on the timeline, they're going back in November. You got November, December, January, and then the end of January. So you got 3-4 months. That's 90 days that they're saying that this child, there's no been, they can't, nobody's seen this child in 3 months.
Right.
So could could Corey be, he's the type of man, I believe, just looking and hearing what people say about him and things of that, he's the type of man that will probably try to defend someone that he loves. And could he be trying to defend the mother of these children?
It could be. I mean, anything is possible. I mean, I'm just...
Isn't it weird to you that this mother ain't said no nasty words about this man?
None. No nasty words.
None. The sister done came out and said she's trifling, she's a bar jumper, run the bars, taking off her clothes, sleeping with the man 2 doors down. She don't care about her kids. Her father's crazy. The sister done said all kind of crazy stuff about mom.
I know.
But this mother ain't showed her face. She ain't cried. She ain't reached out to the community. She ain't said nothing.
Not a thing. Not a thing. Not a thing. Boy, I done made SP News a law crime show.
Exactly.
Lord have mercy. I'm sorry, SP, for dragging you in here.
Oh, that's okay.
But I'm curious of what's going to go down though.
And you know what? A man that is probably trying to protect a woman, he's probably, I don't know. Something tells me he's in protective mode, and he thought he was going to walk out of there. And they're, I hate that they did what they did. I wish they would have done the things right. But since they did not do the things right, it just messes with everybody else's legal rights too. And I'm not opposed to that for nobody or nothing. Not my kids, not me, not my husband, not you, not your kids, not your husband, not nobody. because nobody should be subjected to getting their rights taken away. I don't care.
That's right. You do things the right way and the legal way. You don't do nothing messed up. And this was messed up.
And yeah, I do understand she is exercising her right to remain silent. But that tells you a lot when it's your child, not my child. Your child is missing. Girl, let me tell you something. And not everybody is the same. I get that and understand that. But do you honestly believe if a mother truly love their child and their child came up missing, she would say something?
Girl,
I believe it.
I will be, move the bulldozers. I'm coming through. Just move.
You know, I know social media eats up people. I know that public thing getting on TV. I don't see the tear. Oh yeah, you know, you squinched that one out. Yeah, what onion you done cut? And I get all of that. But you know what? I'd rather let you see me, because I guarantee you, you know what? I would be out there looking with you instead of getting me an attorney going, I ain't got nothing to say. That's what surprised me about this other case. And I'm not going to say no names because I know a lot of you guys already heard what I said. But I talked to this mother one time, and I'm not going to say no names. Please don't put it in the chat. Please just do not. But you guys know, I talked to this mother, and I asked her, would she come on and speak to the people and speak to the family and everything? And you know what she told me? And that's when I got off the case. She told me, she said, I didn't lose them on my watch.
Oh.
And I was done.
I know what case you're talking about.
I was done. I got nothing bad to say. I got nothing good to say. But that told me so much right there that I couldn't even it didn't matter. I don't care. There's 105 people in the chat right now. I don't care if every last one of you people tell SP, you go to HE double hockey stick. You lying. You know what? I would still be on here talking about, would you please help me find my kids? Would you please? Could you just go look in your backyard? Could you ask your neighbors? I don't care if you don't believe me. I don't care if you don't like me. Could you please? I mean, I will give anything for anybody to just listen to me. I don't have my kids. Please help me. Somebody's going to listen.
Yep, me too.
And somebody can tell me, if you don't have my kid, you can at least tell me the last, like women, and when you have kids, you have to take them somewhere with you. In 90 days, them kids was not locked down in that house. If they was, shame on him. But like Pooh Bear comes over here and I only have him every now and then. But I guarantee you, people from the Quick Trip can tell you that they see me with that child. When I go to McDonald's, they can tell you. And matter of fact, we were counting on how many McDonald's Happy Meals did he buy when he went to McDonald's. Are you guys checking that? Because if you only buying 3, this child ain't been there. So they got to look at stuff like that. And that's why now it ain't December the 25th around Christmas. It's now way back in November. Now, when did the mama supposedly had dropped these kids off? Come on. Okay. I'm just saying. Wasn't it supposed to be November? Wasn't it supposed to be November?
It was supposed to be. That's what I've been hearing.
Okay.
December.
Okay.
November, December, and now January.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This is absolutely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We've been on some crazy cases, people, but not like this one.
I heard that the mother of these children was supposedly or allegedly dropping the kids off in November. Why she go get it? You know why she went and got an attorney and ain't spoke to the police after that, because they can't get nothing out of her because she got an attorney, right? She ain't saying nothing, right? So they can't. She didn't have the kids. They didn't come up missing on her watch. That doesn't mean that you excluded from this equation. That's just saying they can't get no information from you because you're not supposed to speak. And she has not spoken. She has not spoken, you guys. I'm just saying, you know what? Okay, here's the thing. Yeah, there's 7 charges. There's 7 charges against Corey.
Right.
But if the police had spoke to me at some time in my, if you're talking about in my past, I know I've probably left my kid probably in the house, ran to the store or something, because I know I couldn't tell you the date, I couldn't tell you the time, I couldn't tell you, nothing. But that's in casual conversation. Now, if you say you have the right to remain silent, I ain't gonna tell you that.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Because if we're just talking in casual conversation, there's a lot of stuff I probably did that, I can tell you half of the story, not tell you the whole story, but I didn't tell you that, the neighbor across the street would check on my kids. I didn't tell you that a babysitter was just coming down the street as I was leaving. You know what I'm saying? I didn't tell you that, which that story would change. But if we're just talking casual, I shouldn't have to go into detail saying, yeah, I left my kids there by themselves one time or two. Why? Because, it's just a lot. It's just a whole lot to go over,
That's right. That's right. Well, I'm going to jump back in the chat.
All righty.
Nice talking to you again. And I love you. Thank you.
I love you too.
All right.
All righty. Hey, Shanika, the plus size dollar. See you in the building. Thank you. We had another call come in. I'm going to take this call because I do value this young lady and what she speaks on. You guys, I'm just saying, today's Friday. Just take a chill. We're just talking. Let me get her on in here. She was calling. I wouldn't tell a cop anything. Every time you open your mouth, they can twist your words to be used against you. Exactly. I don't believe they had casual conversation when he came down. Hey, this is SP. You calling in?
Hey, yeah, Miss Miss Bellflower. I'm so sorry. I listened to the lab that Betty did. Ooh, and my technician, my computer, I was on YouTube, so that's probably where all this here static or whatever was coming from. But anyway, this guy, I don't know. I've been trying to get in touch with Chief Tolbert today, but his voicemail or his mailbox is so full. I done called it 3 or 4 times, so I don't know what time they close there. The 757 area code, and they got a rule down there because the lady who answered, she said, "Well, you can reach him at this number," and I'm like, "Is anybody taking anything serious down there?"
Wow.
I said, "Well, I'd already said. Remember when they said he walked out the house or whatever, left in the middle of the night? I told you. I said, no, that baby been gone before then. Remember, I said that baby probably been missing before then.
Right.
And I say he's trying to make up a story or whatever to find something. And yeah, you can't let the mother off the hook because you don't talk to your kids for what, 90 days, 30, 40 days? That is kind of strange within itself. I've been kind of trying to give her a pass, but I'm wondering, do you think he went AWOL? Was the 12-year-old that's allegedly committed suicide, was that his child that he just left and didn't report back to base or what have you? I'm trying to, figure in my mind what has happened here. And 2 children missing or 1 deceased, allegedly. And then now this baby is missing. So the baby went AWOL on its own.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
That's not making sense to me.
Miss Val, wasn't that mother, this is allegedly, we don't know for sure because there's no facts into when you hear things, but we heard it from, wasn't the mother had dropped the kids off to the dad somewhere in November?
Supposedly. So if that's why he had asked the chief, he said, if you've seen them between, he said, December or whatever I say, It was probably before then that this baby been missing.
Exactly.
Or disappeared.
Exactly.
And I don't think anybody will take a kid and hide it. And him and his brother, they look just alike because the picture they have look like the 5-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
And where are they?
Exactly.
And have they even spoke? Kids are not good witnesses, or if it was 2 a.m. in the morning, they probably was asleep too.
Exactly. So you can't get a lot out of a 5-year-old other than, okay, what toy did Cody get on Christmas? Well, Cody didn't, it's a lot of talking to those kids, but they don't want to put them through a lot of trauma trying to talk to the children. I wouldn't. I mean, I would do a little bit, but
it takes a psychiatrist or psychologist or whomever to speak or act out or whatever with them. I says, but heck, as smart as these darn kids coming nowadays, they can tell you, hey, I told you about my granddaughter, she's 8, and she said, they put you to sleep for surgery? I say, no, they can't just cut on you and stuff without putting you to sleep. She said, well, you can have a baby? And I said, well, I mean, these kids, which the Bible speaks of that, each generation come weaker, but wiser.
Right.
And I mean, they coming out walking, talking, telling you what to do. And I said, no, but no kid tells me what to do.
Exactly.
So my granddaughter, I guess she figured she can't stand my stopping on her. But anyway, back to Cody. I don't know how this is going to pan out because he's trying to find a judge or take it to Supreme Court or something. They don't want to touch this. Hey, they're just like, taboo.
Well, the Supreme Court has to get a judge that's retired and or get a and I'm gonna tell you another reason why other judges step down also, because and I know nobody's really thinking about this, but I think about this all the time because I just don't want this case to just be ruined, but and it's nothing I can do about it but explain it to you guys. But when they go and get a search warrant and they got information that may make a judge know so much so that judge sign off to get the search warrant. It just don't go to the police and then they go, okay, we're going to go search this. No, the judge has to sign that search warrant. They went 2 or 3 times into that house. Now, how many judges did they go to get the search warrant and say, well, we just discovered this and he said this and he says that. So those judges may feel some kind of way. Like I said, especially the judge that said, okay, he did AWOL, so now he's a flight risk. Now, when they come back and they get the reason why he went AWOL, and maybe he was in the hospital, or maybe it was he was there and wasn't accountable for it because he was somewhere else and had that on his sheet. But we do know one thing. Usually when you go AWOL, you don't get an honorable discharge. You don't get that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Either other than honorable or dishonorable.
Right.
So I says, I called, like I say, Chief Talbert, but the woman, she transferred me, then she gave me his number, which is ends in 6510. I said, because I was just sitting here with this machine on my arm. I said, no, I want to find out. I'm going to pick his brain. Yeah, I played nice, but I want to know where is this case going to go? You guys going to let another child come up missing because it's our child?
Right.
What's really going on?
Right.
Because there's too many mistakes made too early in the case. I says because he had already formed his opinion. This is no mystery or mysterious. So I don't know if they found a lot of blood, or he told 2 different stories. Well, maybe he can't remember. I said, but I ain't giving him no break. And I ain't giving the sister no break, the mama no break. Only person we're concerned about is Cody. Right. Well, you got all these different names, Cody Black or this and that. Well, what's really going on? Which, I mean, it's easy to probably find his wife. You pull him up and try to go to verify it. She didn't have who he was related to or whatever. Okay, this is a little
a printout where the Miranda writes, what happens if the police don't read you your rights? It says many people believe that if they are arrested and not read their rights, they can escape punishment. Not true. But if the police fail to read a suspect his or her Miranda rights, the prosecutor can't use the most purposes anything the suspect says as evidence against the suspect at trial.
Yeah, but the statement that mother, I'll talk at trial. Well,
yeah, she said, yeah,
well,
I'll be there at trial. What do you mean trial?
Yeah, what do you know? You know something. So are you in this with him, or what's really going on?
Out of everything to say, she said, that's just like me saying right now, oh, I'll come to Cody's funeral. What do you mean funeral? We're still looking for him.
Yeah.
Do you know something that we don't know? For you to say trial, you done already, I don't know.
And somebody brought up a point the other day when Betty was up, could that not be his child? Or is it a retaliatory thing? Or what went wrong? Something is not right with this. There's a lot of secrecy, hiding, division. The sister talking about her dad and it was crazy, or whatever. If they're crazy, who was with this child that allegedly committed suicide? If it was suicide,
exactly.
I mean, if he is his demise or she's demise.
He did pass away. That is a true thing, and they said that he was with his grandmother in St. Louis.
Okay.
He wasn't with. So none of the kids are never with the mom. The kids is never with the mom.
Well, the mom must have she couldn't be in the military with mental problems and schizo and praying that, what's the problem with her? Are they digging off into her whereabouts, background, any abuse? Is there, anything? Or that sister? Or the new girlfriend, the 26-year-old he bought the house for? So what's really going on? I haven't seen the girlfriend.
No, I haven't either.
So it seems like somebody be saying something, because you ain't gonna get me caught up with no mess like that.
Right.
I'll be chirping like a bird. I'll be, oh, nope. Yeah, he left here, but that baby wasn't here. He said he was taking the baby with him. So if the baby been missing back in November, which we don't know, nobody probably knows the date.
Exactly.
So it's just beautiful. I said, wow, because when you put the two pictures together, I say, yeah, they look really similar to each other. But Cody's eyes under the bottom are like he hasn't had any sleep. Or the other one, he looked fresh.
Right.
The other one, small statue.
Right.
The other, like he's thrown away with his white beater and some shorts on and some shoes. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I said, you never know what do. Snap or whatever. He had already said their burden, taking all of them would be a burden on him. I'm like, I ain't no burden to me. No.
Right.
No, because I told you, I said, when my baby was in the hospital, you can't stay here. I said, oh, yes, I can. You might as well get a cot, some mattress, a sheet. I'm staying right here with my baby. She can't talk. She can't walk. And I don't know who you have as your staff. I'm not leaving mine.
Exactly.
Well, I said, so I don't know.
Okay.
They would have had to put me in jail, shackles, and everything else to keep me from getting to where my child came up missing. And I probably wouldn't sleep. I'd probably be up 24/7 trying to find my child, because that has to be a hard thing on a parent who cares about the baby, because he named both of them as suspects.
Exactly.
But then it all of a sudden just went to this cat.
Exactly. All righty.
Yeah, but I'm going to get back down in the chat.
All righty.
I have to get out because I got to make an appointment.
All righty. Thank you.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I want to appreciate everybody for coming in. We're still going to be covering the Cody case. We are going to open up on another case coming this Monday. You guys make sure you drop on in at 5 p.m. Central Time, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I want to give a shout out to Tanika Shanetta, the plus size doll. Thank you for your super chat. Here's your tickets. They're going to go in our drawing. We're going to have a drawing in July, you guys, and it's going to be for just money and gift cards and things of that nature. And then I want to thank Soldier Girl. Soldier Girl, here's your number right here, 938-322. Soldier Girl right there. And then we got Natasha. I see you. You were in the building at 938-322. Natasha, there's your ticket right there. I want to thank everybody for that. If there's any new information that comes up, you guys, I will try to keep you guys informed. All right. We're still going to be going after, what's going on the Cody case. Cody Bigsby, you guys, don't give up on him. Don't stop talking about Cody. When you stop talking about Cody, people stop looking for him. And that settles it. And it doesn't settle it for me. And I hope it don't settle it for you guys too. All right. Thank you guys. I will see you guys Monday, 5 p.m. Central Time. Be good, be safe, and be nice to each other.
Tanika Shanetta, the plus-size doll. Do you like to shop online but hesitate because of the uncertainty about sizing and the quality of some items? Have you came across an outfit that you love to rock, but girl, you want to know more about the company and how their items run first? I get it. Check out Tanika Shanetta, the plus-size doll on YouTube for the latest updates in plus-size fashion and styles. She does the reviews that you can use. Timing is of the essence, but she will reach out to any company if she's not already signed with them. And get that item or a similar item to try it on first and provide that honest review on sizing, quality, and shipping. She does it all and often can get a discount code exclusively for her subscribers. So subscribe now and shop with confidence, knowing if you would size up, size down, or true to size. She also reviews wigs, bundles, hair products. Like I said, she does it all. Measurements are in the description as well as the contact information for business inquiries or collabs. So subscribe today to be a part of the dollhouse where everything is big, bold, and beautiful. The link is in the description box down below.